Okay. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, sir. Uh, I would like to say thank you for you for coming to my presentation today. At first, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Suhadi Kusumo. I'm graduate from doctoral program in economic science, public policy concentration at Trisakti University, Jakarta. First of all, in this afternoon, I would like to present my uh, dissertation with the title is the application of port concession policies in Indonesia as an attractive instrument for investors. Sorry. My dissertation consists of 5 chapters. Chapter 1 is preface or introduction. It consists of background, basic theory, problem formulation, research target, research benefits, and novelty. And chapter 2 consists of research concept, pattern and methodology research, and chapter 3 research results, field fact and FGD results. And chapter 4 is research conclusion, and chapter 5 is implication and recommendation. Background. There is an urgent necessity for massive and sophisticated infrastructure in Indonesia. There is a limited fund on both governments and state-owned enterprise budget in Indonesia. Lots of private investors have a big fund, high skill, and full competency in port business. Basic theory. Investment. The basic theory is investment cooperation between government or port authority with port business entity or private. Problem formulation. There are 2 problems. Which are number 1 is, does the port concession policy in Indonesia has become an effective instrument for investors to invest their funds to port business? And number 2 is, does the port concession policy in Indonesia has attracted investors' interest through margin or return on investment, concession period, and concession fee? The research target is number 1 is to evaluate and review does port concession policy has become an effective instrument for investors. And number 2 is to analyze and review does the margin, concession period, and concession fee has attracted investors' interest to invest their funds in port business. Research benefit and novelty. The research of this research is hopefully will bring benefit to multiple parties, which are government, and House of Representatives, entrepreneur, and all the next researchers. Novelty of this research is there are no previous research regarding port concession policy with combination of descriptive methods, both qualitative and quantitative. Research concept. The pattern research is the one is the maritime law. This maritime law year 2008 and Minister Transportation decree. This is not decree. Minister Transportation decree number 48 year 20 and 21. This the basic law to decrease and make government or port authority make cooperation make cooperation with port business entity, is something like concession, concession to terminal. This terminal multi-purpose Kuala Tanjung and Perindo One. This make concession to the entity, two entities. This and then beside that, sorry. Beside that, the port concession policy in other country, I also evaluate the port concession in other country. This one, yeah, and then evaluation of this make revised concession policy and publish to fund sources, and evaluation this revised concession policy in evaluate sorry make this make evaluation and give the evaluation. Oh, sorry. It's oh, sorry. If, sorry. Make input to government, yeah, to this one, the existing, yeah, this evaluation and input from other countries, yeah, input, and then from that is published to government to user, yeah, this investor, this fund sources, the government budget, this BUMN budget and private investor. Yeah, this the three fund sources. Yeah, and then from this, yeah, this national logistic activity, yeah, make the national logistic activity increase. Yeah. Wait a minute, this something problem my laptop. Sorry. Okay, I continue. Yeah. The next slide is research benefits and novelty. The results of the research hopefully will bring benefits to multiple parties, which are government and House of Representatives, entrepreneur, and all the next researchers. Novelty of this research is there are no previous research regarding port concession policy with combination of descriptive methods, both qualitative and quantitative. Research target to evaluate and review does port concession policy has become an attractive instrument for investors. To analyze and review does the margin concession period and concession fee has attracted investor interest to invest their fund in port business. Research methodology. As usual, yeah. At first, we determine of topic. And then we make problem formulation, and then we review the literature and then collecting data. In collecting data, we also cover the interview and from secondary data and from FGD. of FGD. From FGD, we continue with the data analyze through NFIFO 12, and and then we make coding, metric coding, and word frequency analytical map, and then framework metric. And after we make coding from the data or the sources, yeah, we got a conclusion. Wait a minute. In conclusion, the number one is concession has giving low business location and return certainty, which make concession becoming an attractive instrument for investors. From FGD, we have result easiness from doing business, low certainty, business certainty, gradual concession fee, and institution flexibility access will impact to investment competitiveness. Concession fee establishment will impact two aspects, which are investment competitiveness and port development. Port development also correlated with matureness of information technology field to support business process transparency. Number two, as of this moment, port concession policy has attractive investor interest. It can be seen by numbers of concession processes on last 2 years, which are 10 concessions. Implication. Theoretical implication. The result from exploration on hierarchy analysis, comparison diagram, metric code, and conceptual mapping are the highest contribution nodes and correlation between each other could consider by stakeholder. Correlated trending issue, especially concession fee issues, because it will be impact investment competitiveness and also port development. Policy implication, the government has to maintain balance between two aspects, investment competitiveness and port development. Recommendation. Number one, policy innovation and penetration is needed to attract private investors to invest in port business. Number two, giving investor is easiness in terms of procedures, doing business, paying tax, getting project supportive facility, paying concession fee, etc. Number three, although concession period has counted rationally, professionally, and measurable, it needs to consider if there is a need to extend the period of concession when the concession is offered. Number four, on the first operation activity, maximize 3 years, it's recommended to give grace period for investor, which on this period investor is free of charge from concession fee. Number five, at the end of concession period, usually port facility and equipment that has been built by investors still have economic value. It's called the capital gain for investor. If the agreement scheme is built, operation, and transfer, all the facility and equipment of this port will give to government or port authority. authority. When the period is over, it's recommended for the capital gain to be stated at fair market value, which next can be converted to extend time of concession period or other mutual agreement. Number 6, it's recommended to give a normal concession period, then after intensive evaluation would give concession period extend if needed. Number 7, for more attractive port concession policy in Indonesia compared to other countries, the business environment needs to be conducive. This includes political condition, law, and security. And the last is need to establish ship route to support roadmap toll route in Indonesia so that all the investors can choose the place where to invest. That's all. Thank you for your attention. Sir, can you hear me, sir?